Why is Aston Villa's form bringing such enjoyment to this one smug Twitter account? Well, earlier in the season I broke down Aston Villa's battle with data, and that battle has taken a turn, with Villa only winning one of their last 6 matches. When I made that video, Aston Villa had overperformed their points by about 15 up until that point in the season, accruing about 2.1 actual points per game in that time. Since then, they've matched their expected points and only accrued 1.3 points per game in that time. Follow me. Villa's XG overperformance has ground to a halt, and with it, their form. And whilst a lot of the arguments recently are that Aston Villa are winning games on XG that they're dropping points in, and that proves that the XG model doesn't actually work and it's all nonsense, this is an example of why XG should be used over a wider sample size than it has been used with Aston Villa this season. In my original video, I spoke about how Lionel Messi is the only player to overperform his XG by at least 10 over the course of his career ever since XG became widely available. That meaning that there isn't really a player in the modern history of football or in the XG era of football that is overperforming their XG by more than 10% max, and the guys that are really on that line are some of the best players in that time, players like Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland and Harry Kane. This means that for most teams and players, assessing them based on their XG is a very reliable way to understand how good they're actually going to be long term, using a considerable sample size and not using pure goal scoring in a small period. On January 5th, Aston Villa were 11 points clear of Manchester United. 8 games later, Manchester United can go ahead of Villa if they beat Palace tomorrow in their game in hand. Now, in that video, I did say that Aston Villa's 11-game winning streak that they went on will have a lasting positive impact on their Premier League season. And they are still 15 points better off than their expected points throughout the entirety of this season. But XG is not a stat to be disregarded. If Villa continue this 1.3 points per game form that they're on, that Champions League battle becomes incredibly tense, a battle that they were 9 points clear of at the start of 2026. The fascinating part about this Champions League battle is that all 4 of those teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, Aston Villa and Manchester United, that are competing for those final 3 Champions League places for next season, all still have to play each other, with Aston Villa hosting Chelsea and Liverpool and having to go to Old Trafford. If Villa can get results in those games, then that's a huge swing for them in the favour of this Champions League race. And that 11-game winning streak they went on when everyone was saying that they were overperforming and it wasn't sustainable is the reason why this fight is close. If they hadn't have gone on that streak, then they wouldn't really be in it at this point in time. So there's no denying that they should be getting credit for that streak that they did